So the match finishes Nottingham Forest 0, Spurs 2. Welcome to the player ratings. Hi guys, hope you're well and welcome to the player ratings. Please get your player ratings in. The link should be pinned in the comments. If not, just do !rate. And what do you say about this game? It's like I saw so many good positive signs in there. It feels like it's the first time in forever that I've seen us pressing the ball. Yes, it was probably only a 20-minute period, and yes, I'm probably overhyping it and what have you, but it just, at least there was a sign of life there. At least there was a sign of life. And for what felt like, look, if we hadn't, it's all ifs, buts, and maybes. It really is at the moment. It's like if we hadn't conceded in injury time, if we'd gone in at 0-0, if Alanga and half the other Forest team were onside, if this, if that, if the other. We can't hide behind the ifs and buts. Yeah, if Turner was decent. The bottom line is Forest have lost. Forest could be 17th tomorrow if Everton get a draw. And Forest just don't look like scoring. They really don't. And I don't know. I'm not angry at the performance. I'm more not even disappointed, just hurt, man. I hate losing to Spurs. I really hate losing to Spurs. But again, I'll try and hold on to the positives right now. If one of the mods could pin the link in the chat for the player ratings just to help you guys out, that'd be really good. And of course, if you don't mind, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you're new. And let's get into this. And I agree with 8 and 65. I can't get angry anymore. Yeah, I'm just used to it. I'm just used to it. So it's, look, fair play. Spurs did what they needed to do. I hate to say that. The cross from Kulusevski was spot on, but it should have been closed down. And Bolly and Murillo should have organized themselves a little better. And Bolly should have tracked the runner. Cheers, Crypto. I'll pin that there. So yeah, it's I don't know, man. 1 win in 13, 3 losses on the spin now at what was the Fortress. When you start to lose the home form, the writing's on the wall. Visual with the 199. Thank you so much, bro. Cooper Cult backing him once again. Sack him now, he says. And Jan, I saw you put a super chat in for 493 as well just before the stream ended. So if you're in here, thank you as well for that, bro. So I don't know. I don't know. I predicted, what did I say? My heart said 1-1. My head was saying 2-0 Spurs scoring in either half. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. But it does feel like it just needs a change in direction now. Something has to give and something has to change. Because we don't have the luxury of just sitting there hoping that eventually things will get right as we're getting sucked closer and closer to that relegation zone. And yeah, I can see a lot of UFC Mohammed saying second goal was on Turner. It's 100% on Turner, both with the pathetic kick out and the pathetic freaking spaghetti hands. But how many times have we said, oh, if this player hadn't made this mistake and that player hadn't made this other mistake and this didn't happen and the eclipse came in. It's just painful. It really is. Okay, let's get into those player ratings. Get those likes up, please. And we're going to have to start with Turner, unfortunately. And I almost feel the less said, the better. So let me just quickly bring this up for you guys. I mean, to be honest, there was nothing. The best thing he did for me was that save. John, thank you for subscribing, against Son. And you could argue, had Son had his shooting boots on, he probably could have had 2 or 3. The save started well. It was very early in the game. We were very bad for the first 15-20 minutes. And then we came into the game and we looked a lot better. But I just feel like I don't like either keeper. I'll be honest with you guys. Vlachodimos hasn't made a mistake, but he hasn't, made a headline save. Turner makes a few headline saves, but boy, does he have mistakes in him. Boy, does he have mistakes in him. You guys have given him a 3.1. My rating for him, honestly, with that mistake, it's an unforgivable mistake. He's a 2 for me, guys. He's a 2. I can't give him any more than that. But yeah, keep those votes coming in. It's a live count, so they all count. But I'll go with a 2. You guys have gone 3.1. Oh man, my brother's gonna be such a nightmare. He really is. Okay. Nico Williams next. Nico Williams. I thought in the second half he wasn't as good as he was. Sorry, in the first half he wasn't as good as he was in the second half. I thought he was very good in that second half and put in a good performance. He kind of got more. For me, in the first half, he wasn't involved as much going forward as Tuffalo was down the other side. And then in the second half, I thought he played really well. So it would balance it out for me. I'd give him like a 6 out of 10 for me. We lost to Spurs, man. Lost to Spurs. We lost to Spurs. And yeah, my brother's found his phone. 6 out of 10 for me from Nico. You guys are going 7.0. A lot of you are saying 7 in the chat. I think he was way better in the second half. That's all from me. But we lost 2-0 as well. We can't be giving out like 8s, 9s, and 10s. The reality of it is, it was still a loss. It was still a loss. What's going on here? Wait, you guys said 7, didn't you? 7 out of 10. Okay, my bad. Let me get my 6 on the board. And let's move on. Okay, Bolly. Wait, I'm so asleep. What did you guys say? You guys said 7. Okay. Anyway, whatever. Let's move on. Let's move on. My organization is just as bad as our defense at the moment. Bolly for me was the least impressive out of the 3 defenders. I do blame him in a way for that goal. Yes, the cross was a peach from Kulusevski, but he was the worst out of the 3 for me. I have him at fault for that one. I have him at fault. I'm probably gonna give him a 4 out of 10. Why can't I remember the buttons? I hate these late games, man. I'm so tired. 4 out of 10 for me, for Bolly. You guys went 5.4 out of 10. He also wasted a really good chance. Man, that shot, like he had the whole of the pitch to himself. And wow, it was like watching Morgan Gibbs-White shoot, to be honest. It really was. But anyway, you guys went 5.4. No points, just ask Chappie. Or don't tell me Chappie's wormed his way into here as well. Anyway, Bolly was that score. So whatever, man. Whatever. It's still a loss for Forest. Still a loss for Forest. Keep those votes coming in, guys. And let's move on to talk about Murillo. Let me just bring his image up. We'll get Bolly off. And boom, Murillo on. What can I say about Murillo? I thought his booking was harsh. I miss seeing those runs from Murillo. I haven't seen him for a while, like bombing up through the pitch and what have you. I don't know. 6, really, something like that for Murillo. I just want to go to bed, man. I just want to go to bed. And can you disown brothers, man? Like seriously, can they be disowned? What did you guys go? You guys went 6.6 for Murillo. So we're not a million miles off. I just feel like he could do with going for a run every now and again. Murillo's passing is nice, says Dylan. Don't know how anyone can be scored more than 6 when we lost 2-0. That's kind of my thinking of it, Brandon, to be honest, is like we're becoming a bit soft in our ratings for players, I think. And is that because like we're looking for rays of light? I mean, at the end of the day, everyone rate it how you feel. Everyone will be subjective in what they thought they saw on the pitch. But for me, Murillo was about a 6, I think. Niakate, quite involved in the game, especially his throw-ins. I thought his throw-ins did cause Spurs a few issues. I thought defensively he was okay as well. There was a couple of times where he was almost playing as a left back for me. And doing those what's his face, Murillo style runs. What we rate as a 6 now when we have been so bad has changed, says Chuck. It's like, I would give him Niakate a 7, but I do hold to the standards of we still lost. So I think it's another 6 from me for Niakate. But out of the 3 defenders, I thought tonight he was the better of the 3. So I will give him a 6, but I will try and be a bit objective about it. You guys have gone a 6.04 as well. All right, maybe we're thinking along the same lines here. Who knows? Okay, so let me just get the scores on the board quickly. Where the frick is? I can't find him, chat. There he is. All right, 6 for Murillo, and you guys went. Drum roll, please. 6. I'm calling that a 6, man. It's basically a 6 from you guys. The depression really does kick in. Keith saying we were unlucky, but we also had substantial time against 10 men. You know what, Keith? I kind of forgot about that. I think you're right as well. We didn't really take advantage of the 10-man situation, to be honest. And I almost feel like Spurs have used us as a confidence booster going into their next game, a bit like Fulham did. And that annoys me in a sense. I hope Spurs get stuffed by whoever the hell they've got next. Anyway, Tuffalo for me, maybe candidate for man of the match. I thought he was decent again tonight. I thought he played 2 good halves. Actually, nah, I got to retract that. He didn't close the cross down, did he? He didn't close the cross down. I think had he... The problem I had with what Tuffalo did there was that he should have anticipated that Kulusevski is going to cut in onto his left foot every time. And that he was like a 7, but I'm going to knock a point off for that. I'm going to go 6 for him. That for me, look, it's maybe you guys think I'm being a little harsh on it, but I just feel like he's got to anticipate that. He's got to anticipate that. Going forward, I thought he was really good, but it's a 6 from me. You guys have gone 6.2 for Tuffalo. Okay, let's get that up on the board for the latecomers. While I'm doing that, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you're new. We're 3 away from 15.25k, so thank you to all the new subscribers tonight. Let's talk about Yates. I personally, if I can find the freaking picture, hold on. Let's get Tuffalo off the screen. I thought Yates for me is candidate of man of the match. Yes, there was some silly fouls in there, but I just felt like he was the one who was driving a lot of the high press in that period, that 20-25 minutes where we kind of got on top of Spurs. And he's the one who got the red card against them. I just felt like he kind of, and he got the crowd involved, didn't he? He got the crowd involved. I don't think he did too much wrong. Yeah, his passes weren't great. Yes, he could have, maybe done a bit more going forward, but that for me is probably his best performance of the season, to be honest. I'm gonna break the rule of the loss. I'm gonna give him a 7. He stood out for me tonight, and fair play to him. So I'm gonna give him a 7. You guys have gone 6.67 for Yates. Like, I think this game suited him. I think this game suited him tonight. Will it work against Boring Mouth? We'll have to wait and see. But he's an early candidate. Him and Tuffalo, really, for me, early candidates for man of the match. So you guys went 6.7 for Yates. Quite a few 8s in the chat. Quite a few 7s I'm seeing at all. Danish Red saying all fight, no product. I get what you're saying, but it was... look, that is true. But what he did today, should I say, is he broke up the Spurs rhythm. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but they weren't able, in those periods where we were pressing them, they weren't able to get into a rhythm and a routine. And it could have got a lot worse for Forest. I know, again, this is going to sound silly, but in a way, it kind of helped that we conceded right on the stroke of half time, because maybe if there had been another 5 minutes there, we could have, you know, gone all Tesco FC, bug off, buy one, get one free. So I thought it was a good choice to play in midfield today, personally. But yeah, I'll give him a 7. All right, let's move on to Mangala. Mangala, just a solid performance today. He's very comfortable on the ball, is what I'd say. To, oh my god, Steve Cooper, I won't shy away from it, what name that is. But he doesn't shy away from the ball, and he's very consistent. He's very consistent. I thought he was fine tonight. He was fine. But there's just not that creativity in that midfield 3, is there? So I'm going to give him, he was a 7, but I'm going to give him a 6. Just because, again, we lost. So 6 from me. You guys have gone 5.9. Keep those votes coming in. And let me just get those scores quickly on the board. So I went a 6 for Mangala. And you guys went a 5.9. Let's get that up. 5.9. Okay, and then Kiate. I mean, I called it out before the game. Kiate for me was, you just felt like he wasn't going to have the legs for this match. And that chance is so silly that he messed up. I mean, he was clearly onside. He was clearly onside. I didn't notice him doing anything. He was kind of jogging around a bit aimlessly. If you look back at their first goal, for example, he was just half jogging to try and catch up with the play. And it's like, he's not got the legs for it. I'm surprised at halftime he wasn't hooked and Dominguez or Danilo brought on in his stead. So that surprised me. And that's probably a mark for me against Cooper on that one. But he shouldn't have really started. He shouldn't have really started. I'm giving him a 4 out of 10, guys. He's a 4 out of 10 for me. You guys have gone 4.6 out of 10. So let me get stats up. 4 from me. And as I said all this week, he's not the answer to our problem. That's the key for me. I get it that Cooper's doing his whole put in the players he trusts and maybe players he likes or gets on with right now. But at some point we've got to get the team that's going to get us some points. 1 win in 13 is not good enough right now. So that's Kiate for me. And then we got to talk about Morgan Gibbs-White. Look, he fights, he cares. No one can argue that at all. The end product is not good. His shooting today was so bad. Even by his standards, the shooting was bad, man. But, I mean, did he play any worse or better than any of the other players on the team? I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know. And did he get the support, really? Was there those midfielders breaking past him? Didn't see Kyoto doing that too much. You could argue Yates wasn't doing that. Chapo saying, why can't MGW shoot anymore? When was he really able to shoot? Well, Gibbs-White didn't fight last season. He only started that this season. He can't shoot. I agree with you, Viking. He can't shoot. And, you know, I would argue I don't get too much wrong. But I am starting to think he either needs better quality around him or a more progressive team around him, or he needs to be dropped. He needs to be dropped. Why do commentators always say he's our best player? You'll hear that from whenever we do interviews with opposition fans. They'll say the same unless they've... You can always tell with the opposition YouTubers, and shout out to all of them. I love them all. Those who do watch Forest and don't. If they say Morgan Gibbs-White as the first name this season, you kind of know that they haven't watched too much Forest, and can you blame them? Now, I'm going to give Morgan Gibbs-White a 5 out of 10 for me. 5, maybe a high 4. What have you guys gone? You guys have gone 5.1. Oh, man, I really don't want to do the Predictor League next week already, man. I really don't. 5 out of 10 for me for Morgan Gibbs-White, and you guys have gone a 5.1 for Morgan Gibbs-White. Okay, and then let's talk about Elanga. Let's talk about Elanga. I just don't see him as this false nine. I just don't see it. He has traits that look like it could work. He obviously scored the goal from an offside position, but he was offside a lot. I will grant that that first one on the eye test looked like he was offside, but he was onside, but he still wasn't able to finish it. And that for me was like, come on, bro, man. Come on. The offside flag kind of saved his blushes, even though it could have been given a goal. But he doesn't need to be offside. That's the frustration for me. And I don't know why he doesn't just trust his pace. He can give a defender a yard, maybe even 2. Yeah, we had 4 players offside for that goal. That was quite embarrassing. But he still is too tunnel vision in my time. Size back in the thread. Super Cooper, take us back where we belong. The championship. At this rate, Si, is where we're going. It's where we're going, sorry. So what am I going to give Elanga? I still think it's harsh to score him down because obviously he's playing out of position. But who do you play on instead? I mean, Chris Wood came on and god damn it, man, what did he do? I'll give him a 5. I'm probably being generous with a 5, but it's a 5. And you guys have gone 5.1 on him. His parking space is offside, says Tyler. Wood is insanely bad, says Jonathan. I remember when I literally called Wood out day one. Day one, I was told, man, give him some time. I know when a footballer is going to be good and when a footballer is going to be crap. Okay, so let's move on to the substitutions. Oh God, trying to remember those is going to be fun. Who came on first? Speak of the devil, it was indeed Christopher Wood on after 68 minutes. And again, for me, the changes in substitution were too late. Like 68 minutes. When did Spurs score their second goal, chat? When was it? Yeah, they'd already just gone up 2-0. It was too late. And then the red card came. What minute was the red card? I can't even remember. It was the 70th minute. It was too late. It wasn't like the subs were a reaction to the red card either. What do you give Chris Wood, man? I mean, the only thing I remember from him is he had the chance to get in on goal that he was offside from. And even though he was in an offside position, he was still too slow to beat the keeper to it. That's Chris Wood in a nutshell. He's not going to be our savior. I'm going to give him a 2 out of 10, guys. You guys are going a bit higher with the 2.6. He's not it, is he? He's not it. Wood is permanently 2 seconds behind the play. Well, Jonathan, technically he was ahead of the play and still couldn't get ahead of the play, if you get what I'm saying. Excuse me. Okay, and then Danilo came on. I thought Danilo was all right. You know, there was signs of him getting back to the Danilo from towards the end of last season. Maybe he is now fully recovered from whatever injury he's had. I'll give Danilo a 5 out of 10. He worked hard. I know I don't like saying that kind of stuff, but I thought he kind of got himself around. So 5 out of 10. Obviously, the sub rule comes into play. Oh my God, I forgot the sub rule for Chris Wood. He should be a 1 out of 10. But Danilo, 4.8 from you guys. I've given him a 5. And then the final substitution was Callum Hudson-Odoi in the 83rd minute. And again, I've got to question Cooper on that. Why wait so long to bring what I think is oh crap, what is it? What have I done with the pitch, guys? Well, you lot, what happened? What the hell have I pressed? Yeah, it's kind of just, this sums everything up. The pitch is gone. Forest have gone. Callum Hudson-Odoi for me. He was, if he'd started, he was a 6 out of 10. So sub rule 5 out of 10. I don't know where the pitch has gone, man. This is freaking me out. You guys have gone a 4.6. Okay, let's move on to Cooper. Now, Firstly, what does this mean for Cooper? The honest answer is I got no idea. I don't know. I can't read Marinakis' mind anymore. I don't know where his head's at, what he's thinking. I'm really getting freaked out by this pitch. I think, look, if we look at the team selection, it was too negative. There we go, I found it. It was too negative for me, right? Forest don't deserve a pitch, says Jeff. I think when you look at the Spurs team and what they offered, it wasn't strong enough to be that worried that we had to play this 5-3-1-1 formation for me. And his substitutions were too slow. Should have hooked Czech Kyoto at half time for me. Should have brought on Dominguez or even Danilo. I would have been happy with either one. And it's still 1 win in 13. 3 home losses in a row. 5 losses out of the last 6, guys, or 4 losses out of the last 5. Whatever it is, every stat is stinking right now. So, wait, I haven't even got his picture on. I am having a nightmare, man. A bit like Forest right now. Seriously, man. What the frick? Who's on the screen here? Danilo. Get off, Danilo. Let's bring Cooper on the screen. I'll give Cooper... I got to give him a 3 out of 10. 3 out. At the end of the day, it's 3 losses in a row. But... And what's going to happen next? Let's say he stays, right? Does Turner now get switched back out for Vlachodimos? Does Kouyaté get dropped? Does... It just feels so messy right now that I'm sorry to say it, that it is time for a change. Just even to bring in different ideas, just refreshing ideas. I agree, Rafael. I'm not putting the loss on Cooper's shoulders today. Technically, at the end of the day, you have to. He's the manager. But the stats are not in his favor at all. The stats are not in his favor at all. Let's see what you guys went. You guys went 3.9 for Cooper. Okay, let's do the man of the match. So let's get some candidates in. I'm gonna nominate Ryan Yates as one for me. What are you guys thinking from your end? Let's start this off. Man of the match. Okay, so I'll tell you the order because I know some of you struggle to see it when it pops up. So, all right, Tuffalo. Let's put Tufts on there. Let's put Yates. Let's put... we won't put Kouyaté. Man of match, she cares. I know. Let's just have a little fun. Let's have a little fun. Williams and Mangala. Should we go with that? Williams and Mangala. Notice no attacking players make it there. Okay, so the order is, for those of you still having issues on YouTube, Tuffalo, Yates, Williams, Mangala. Get your votes in. We'll run it for about 30 seconds or so. It should be live in the chat for you guys now. So Tuffalo, Yates, Williams, Mangala. Let me know who you want to give your man of the match award to. For me, well, I don't want to... I know who I've given it to. Let's see if you guys agree. Let's have a quick look now. At the moment, Williams is in the lead with 43%. Yates in second with 40%, Tuffalo with 12%, and Mangala with 5% of the vote, with 5% of the vote. Turnus is in 2 with a great second assist. We'll leave it open for 10 more seconds, so quickly get your votes in. Remember, it's Tuffalo, Yates, Williams, Mangala for those of you who have blank ones. And if you're not voting or have voted, please make sure you hit the like button now as well. So let's close it off there. Your man of the match for Nottingham Forest 2, Spurs. Oh my! Sorry, that was my dream score. Nottingham Forest 0, Spurs 2 goes to, with 46% of the vote, Nico Williams. Interesting. Personally, Yates was my man of the match, but it is what it is. Look, it's been a long day. We've done a lot of streams today. We talked a lot, and I think we need to call it there for the day. And we'll probably do Grumpy Old Reds tomorrow night. Get under the skin of everything. But the bottom line is, tomorrow night, Forest could be 17th, and realistically, it could happen. Forest have won 1 game in 13. Yes, the performance and the fight and the press was a lot better in certain aspects today. But where are we going, guys? And are we in a relegation battle? And you guys resoundingly have been saying yes in the chat. I'm not sure you can leave us this depressed. Bro, I wasn't on the pitch, man. I can't help with that one. But yeah, let's see what happens. And anyway, at the end of the day, guys, this is the positive I can leave you with. Football is football. There are bigger and more important things in life. So go hug a loved one, or go hug a pillow, or go hug a bottle maybe. I don't know. But do what you need to do to make yourselves feel a little better. We'll get it all. Sorry, Brett. I know. I'm not. The stats are the stats, man. What can I say? At least I didn't chuck in the Cooper is now officially the worst manager in Premier League history statistically one at you guys. But we'll see you tomorrow. When you